Hi everybody, Aggie back to continue our series on grips on different pitches. Today we're going to talk changeup grips. So what a changeup is, first of all, is just what I call a misplaced fastball. Just a fastball with a different grip. So your mindset on all your pitches should always be, I'm throwing a fastball right here, but I just have a different grip. And so you never want to slow down your arm, you never want to manipulate your arm. If this is your release point out here, which would be called a high 3/4, you don't want to drop down here or get way above your head or that sort of thing, because that's going to lead to shoulder issues, elbow issues, that sort of thing. You want to try and keep everything the same. But then also the reason is most hitters look at a window that they can see the ball out of. So if I can throw all my pitches here, curveball here, changeup there, now I've got the same window each time with the same arm speed each time. It's going to be very difficult and later for the hitters to pick that up. And so we might create an advantage for ourselves as a pitcher. So today, changeup grips. We're going to go with what I call a four seam. Again, going back to the C on the fastball. We're just going 3 fingers across the C, and I've got my fingers underneath. Some people call this a trophy fastball or a 3-finger fastball for obvious reasons. You're just placing it like you'd place a ball on a trophy, boom, and clamp down on it. This is a really easy one to control, which is something that I've seen over the years of being an instructor, where guys get very enamored with, they see a guy in the big leagues who's maybe one of 3 or 4 in the whole major leagues that can control a certain pitch, but they start trying to throw it at 10 years old. Very difficult. Make pitching simple. And understand that a major league pitcher who throws 95 might have a changeup that's at 82, a 13-mile-per-hour difference. A 10-year-old, 11-year-old is not going to have that difference with the same arm speed. So you're really looking at more of a 3 to 5 mile per hour difference, and that's going to be enough to fool younger hitters. And as you get older, obviously that difference becomes even greater. And part of that is because of hand size, finger length, arm speed, adjusting to the game of baseball. You understand the athleticism a lot better. So first one, just to recap, I've got the 3-finger change, trophy change, just sitting it there, boom, like that, okay? Now, this is also what I would call the circle change, because the circle is made underneath the baseball, okay? Some people refer to this as the circle changeup. I refer to this as the OK changeup, kind of like you're making the OK sign, okay. You just place it in there like that, and then you've got seams, that sort of thing. Again, you're not trying to manipulate, but now the emphasis on your hand becomes different. So my hand's still behind the ball, regardless, just like a fastball. No matter what changeup I throw, my hand's still behind the ball. But now the emphasis is, now as I throw, my arm's pronating. I might let off the pressure a little bit with my pinky, and so now that ball's going to come out a little bit differently, which is going to create deception to the hitter, and is also going to allow maybe a little bit of late movement. Now, a little caveat here that I want to make sure is very, very important to those people that are teaching changeups, to the dads out there who are trying to teach their son to do some things and are using this as a resource. Remember that each pitcher is different. So go back to the video I did on all and every. We got to be careful of using all and every. All young pitchers should use this. All hitters should do that. We have to be careful with those words. So when I'm teaching a changeup, the natural inclination might be to go right here, but maybe your son doesn't, do very well with that. And there's no movement, it's flat, and the guy gets hammered, right? Or the ball gets hammered. So you go to this one, maybe he has a little bit more difficulty controlling it, but he's getting a lot of swings and misses and those sort of things. So we're just trying to play around a little bit with the changeup and make sure that it looks like our fastball. Out of our hand, out of that same window like we talked about. Fastball here, changeup there. We can also offset the ball. So that means that I might go with a variation. I don't really have it closed down like a circle, but I've just got my fingers apart and I've got very loose in my hand, and now all the pressure is coming off my ring finger and my pinky finger, which is going to deaden the ball, versus if I have everything coming off, my 2 strongest fingers of my hand. So there's 3 variations right there of the changeup. Play around with them in the bullpen session. Work with them in your throwing partner and your throwing program out on the field. See what the ball does. Get feedback from your hitters. Get feedback from your throwing partner. Get feedback from your catcher. Those are all important aspects to becoming a great young pitcher. As always, thank you so much for your questions, and subscribe to Value.